So how long
And
have you been a Faithist? Let's talk about Faithism for a little bit.
I have been a Faithist for maybe a year and a half. Susan Martinez, she sent me I got the green Owaspy, and someone I know bought a blue one, and he didn't want it, so I was like, I'll take it. So I got two. Yeah,
Oh, that's
I've been.
cool.
I kind of skim through it. I do a lot of listening to. I listen to Cosmon Cal and Selah Shalom and Malachi Maccabee. Like I come into being a faithist through Malachi because he was teaching and reading out of the Gospel of the Nazarenes,
Hmm.
and that's right around the time he met Selah and Cosmon. So it was like it was
Oh,
just the next level. It was
oh,
great.
cool.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I've read the Gospel of the Nazarene. The Essene Gospel of the Nazarene. Yes, that's an Essene text, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have that.
Yeah.
I read it. I was trying to get through. I think I read 2 or 3 books on the Essenes, and I have a bunch on my waiting list. But kind of, I have like 200 books on my Amazon. Which, of course, the second
Yeah,
we
I was
start
like,
talking about a Owaspy, it cuts out.
that's what I said. I was like, moved it out of the sun. It's pretty hot here.
Oh, it was overheating. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it says warning, and then it just shuts off. Now I'm out of the sun, so I like being in the sun. It's very great.
Yeah, Florida. I have never. I mean, I was in Florida once for a layover overnight, but um, one of the things my wife and I would love to do is just travel, see stuff that we have not seen, like pretty much everything. Be able to
Yeah.
have that freedom would be
I just
amazing.
watched a boy skateboard from North Carolina to California. Took 140 days,
What,
and he did it. Yes, on the highway, he skateboarded.
dude? Was it a
He's been
longboard or what?
just a regular skateboard.
Man, that's a rough ride.
He just made it from it was wintertime when he started in North Carolina, and now he's in Cali, so I think he's gonna go back on the board. But I mean, it only took him 140 days to travel from North Carolina to California, so we'll be traveling by feet. We'll have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
learn
Well,
to
I'm
skateboard.
hoping not to have to travel by foot, but I'm definitely willing to. It'd be nice to have a little more, more like a turtle with my home on my back, like a camper on the back of my truck or something. But
Yeah,
I'm adaptable. We'll see what happens in the future, I guess, right?
maybe a horse buggy and a big old dog. Who knows?
Yeah, really.
um, I
So I'm always curious when I talk to Faith is like, one, there's always an interesting story about how you heard about Owaspy, and then there's always some kind of hook, like something just makes the most sense you've ever. Something hits you, and it makes more sense than anything you've ever heard. So, what? How
um
did Owaspy find itself to you?
Well, it was actually around this time of year. I was living on a sailboat in the waters of Georgia and Florida. There's like an intercoastal area, and you can just dock out there. We had a sailboat, and we had a friend. He had a boat, and he was really overweight, and I couldn't get him off the eating the flesh. I had started a journey of not eating meat through the Gospel of the Nazarenes because that's
Hmm.
where that made sense. And I was like, of course he didn't eat meat. Like, I'm a seeker of truth. Like, I don't
Hmm.
want to. I wasn't in religion very long as a child. I didn't do the church thing very much, but when I did go, I just Jesus don't love me because I just felt like I couldn't. It didn't come to me.
Yeah.
There was no. So I felt like I was one of God's unwanted children. Like it was. And when I was little, when I was like 3, my mom she told me that I would tell her that I liked my other family better. And it really scared her. Like I really remember I had an imaginary sister, but then my mom's like, no, you had a whole family. And then it was like, I, I remember things like until I was like 7. until I started getting programmed from school. Like third grade is when, like, I used to feel like when I was sleeping, the real me was awake, and when I was awake, the real me was sleeping. Like there was some other reality, and I don't even know where these concepts came from. I was a child. I was
Mm-hmm.
petrified of the dark. Like
Mm.
I would see my mom's house. There was a couple of spirits that were there. Like I went back as an adult, and I felt the same energy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember you. Like that, I wet my bed till I was 8 because of you. Like I was so mad when I told them to leave, and they're like, no, we're not here. You didn't invite us here. Those were my moms. It was so wild. Like I was
Oh
like,
wow.
wow, yeah. They're like, no, we don't have to leave. We're not invited by you. Like
Mm.
so, yeah, I was like, I gotta get out of here. They're here. Like that.
Wow. Yeah,
Just seeing
it can be pretty
always
intense.
being connected in that spiritual world, and oh, there she goes again telling stories. There Julie goes. But they were, to me, they weren't stories. They were something that really happened. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't, the indoctrination didn't work through school, and I just, OSB makes perfect sense. Like I always question, like I asked my mom, like, well, if everybody knew Jesus was going to be born and he was going to be the savior, why did they kill him? Did they forget? Like did everybody forget? Like
Right.
my mom, she could never answer, and I was like, well, who made God? And yeah, who made God? I used to always question that. Like somebody made God, I know it. He's not,
Right.
he wasn't, I just knew there was, it's, Awaspi makes perfect sense.
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
It's so, I think John, and I got to go to his gravesite. I lived in El Paso, and I was like, I'm going to look where Las Cruces is. It was like 30 miles from where I was at.
Oh
I
really?
went to his gravesite. I spoke to the locals there, and they had nothing but good things to say about him. He was buried on Masonic Avenue. It was in a Masonic cemetery because he was first buried on the Shalom compound, but it flooded. So
Mm-hmm.
his daughter moved him to that. That's the
Mm.
only connection. And he had friends that were Masons. They helped with the headstones and stuff, but he wasn't directly a Freemason. Like I got to go do the footwork. That was really great. Like I sat on his gravesite. It was wonderful.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was really like my dad lived there, and I went to go help take care of him because he's kind of old and pharmaceuticals. Yeah, the boomers are like either they're the faithist ones because a lot of older generation there are some faithists. Them
Mm-hmm.
the elders are like they're special.
Yeah, for sure.
I really enjoy the conference calls that they have, and sometimes I sit in on those.
Yeah, I
That's
would
really
really. One of the things what I'd like to do with the road trip is be able to, you know, I used to be really active seeking out Faithists and interviewing them and stuff, and it's been a while. I really want to actually go meet everybody and really just connect the dots about where everyone's at, just go to people and spend a week with them, not 30 minutes, really connect person to
have
person,
dinner with
face
them.
to face.
Yeah, break bread and
Yeah.
sing
Yeah.
and praise the Great Spirit, and yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you have. I think you made a comment. You know those videos I've been putting up on YouTube? Yeah, those are all done by AI. And those are all the Faithist music playlist.
Oh,
I have,
AI did that.
yeah, my wife and I have, since we left Christianity, really have been missing music, but everything's got Jesus or Lord or referencing the second coming or the crucifixion. Everything's got something, right? And I can literally create Faithist music in like 5 minutes. And sometimes it doesn't really work out. Like it's not really what I was going for, but it is so amazing to be able to sort of like claim something. This is faith is music. Like it's not borrowing
Yeah.
from something. Like um it's we don't really have anything like that. It's
No.
nice. So
I
I
would.
hope you're enjoying the music. I'm gonna every once in a while I'll throw something else on the playlist.
Yeah, I actually start because the Cosmon plays this one song, and I'm like, where did he get that? And I think it's from your playlist. So I was like, oh, there's a
Really?
you asked AI to create a playlist, and it just
Well, you
pulled
do
up.
individual songs. You can like one of our favorite songs was it's called "Rise Together," and I asked the app to create a Faithist song, Faithist living in harmony, and make it Jamaican.
That's the one he plays. That's the song. What's it called?
Rise Together.
Okay, I'm like, where can I get that song? I didn't know where he got it. He plays that when he in his introduction before his lives. He plays that one, and there's some. I mean, they do some, rap or whatever, but yeah, there's
Huh.
the music. That's
I
great.
tried sharing some music with him. I know I shared that one with him, but
He
I
doesn't check his inbox
I
very
never
much.
got
That's what
any feedback back if he liked it or if he was going to use it or I didn't. I
he he just don't mess with the inbox. Yeah, you can message him and he'll read it and then he forgets because he's just like. And then his daughter she just died like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. She's 25. So there was some. I do know there was, but there's a song he uses of yours. I'm that Rise Up one. That's great.
What I really like to
It's Jamaican.
do because all the good
Sweet.
AI stuff, you have to pay money for. I'd really love to find a video generating app and do the music videos and also do videos along with the stories in Owaspy. That would be so cool. Like, I love the story of Fragapati and Hoab. Like, I know it takes a long time to actually tell it, but if you condensed it down to like, because there's a lot of space in between some of the parts of the story, it would make an amazing like short like cartoon story or like a illustrated book or something. I don't know.
That's true. Like different stories, like even the story about Moses, because they didn't go east, they went west, and like yeah, and the amount of boats and like all that is just like to
And
me it
Moses
makes
having to come down from Etheria to help rescue the Pharaoh because he accidentally cursed them when they were both alive. And like, oh yeah, you gotta be careful, Moses, about your words. Yeah.
I mean the way they made these Bible characters. Yeah, the Bible makes me so mad. I I don't know. I mean, it was definitely a process coming out of Christianity, and I mean, but my scripture that I stand on is Jeremiah 16:19, which is that the Gentiles inherited lies from their ancestors that profit nothing but vanity. I've been seeking after that scripture since I went to Teen Challenge back in 2017.
Yeah.
Adult Teen Challenge. Do you know about that program?
Teen
It's like
Challenge, what is it?
yeah, David Wilkerson started it back in the 60s. It was like I was on Zoloft and Wellbutrin and Suboxone, and the creator told me to get off. I went to the doctor and he ripped me off of it so fast. I was like, no, I need to do this. I
Yeah,
have
you
to
can't just
like
go cold turkey on some of that stuff.
so that's when my awakening started. Like I learned about pharmaceutical, and then I started going to church, but I was like, they want to get out. They didn't want me there because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lie. Like I could the lies come to me. I know how to distinguish the lies and the truth, and the wasp just like being able to just be able to say, oh no, that's a false. I know I can test the spirits. Philosophy definitely teaches you how to test the spirits, you learn the character of the creator, and
Hmm.
you learn how to prophesy. I mean, it's a primary source. I don't. People can talk trash about it all they want. I'm like, man, if you haven't read it, you
Well,
can't say anything about it.
to me, the most profound thing about a waspy is not necessarily the information. Like you can find bits and pieces of that same information scattered throughout, but to have it all be bound together in one place, it's unheard of. Unheard
The
of.
science, like science, when you're a Christian, you go through that, flat earth phase, or you go through some questioning, like what's written, and you think, is this every word is written is the truth? And then that to me, that doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
But man wrote the book. Yeah, I'm like, that's
Oh,
not.
speaking of sort of the um, sort of the cosmogony of everything, have you seen the movie Astral City?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, I did a video reviewing that on TikTok like a year or two ago. It is not exact. I mean, it is exactly how Waspy says it. I mean that there might be a few discrepancies, but basically, um, from an Owaspy perspective, you would say that somebody from one of the atmospheria heavens was coming down and inspiring the truth in somebody, a prophet, and they were writing it down, like just how. Um, oh, that's right. The only exception is reincarnation. In the astral city, they do say that people can choose to come back if they want to come back, um, and it's a reincarnation. But other than that, it is exactly like a Waspy. It's crazy. It's a really good movie.
Asteroid City. I'll have to look it
Oh,
up.
Astro City.
Astro City. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a cartoon called Pilgrim's Progress. Have you seen that? It's pretty.
I've
It's a
read the book
cartoon.
a long time ago.
Pilgrim's Progress. It's a cartoon and it's great. It's very good put together. It was cute. It's a cute little story and it talks about ooze leaving ooze. Yeah,
Oh
Oz
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And
That
he's
have
it's
you
not
ever
a
read
book.
the
So
Have you ever read the book?
I heard the book was better.
Well, the original is like King James English times 1,000. It's really hard to read, but they have
Oh wow,
modern adaptations to it. So,
interesting that it's that old of a story and it's about a book.
well,
Hmm.
it's the way I remember about the author. He was imprisoned. He was a Christian, maybe a monk or something. I'm not sure. And so he wrote the book while in prison. I think he died in prison, and it was an allegory of the Christian journey.
Yeah, the character's name was Christian,
Oh,
but the
really? I
book he
forgot
didn't
that.
call it a Bible, and it was all about, yeah, he didn't call it, it was kind of like almost his name was Christian, but it wasn't the Bible. It didn't, it was a little black book, so it was kind of interesting. Yeah, you'll have to, I know they have it on YouTube.
Oh, maybe
It's
I'll have
funny.
to review that again. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll send it to you because I think there's a whole bunch of different ones. So I
Oh
know there
yeah,
is because
send
I
me the
watched
one that you want me to watch.
it. Okay, yeah, I watched it with Richardson, so I was kind of like, wow, that was great. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like. I mean, television today is like, uh the hypersexuality and everything is just, I can't, I don't do Netflix anymore. I
Yeah.
can't.
My wife and I do watch. We went through a phase where we really had weaned ourselves off of it, but they, and I'm not sure if this is worth it, to be honest with you, but they put so much truth in mingled in with the lies that if you're watching stuff for the purpose of like decoding and gathering information, it can be
Yeah,
worth it. And that's kind of like what we do. But at the same time, you are exposing yourself to some uh some unhealthy
so,
programming.
yeah,
So it's like you got to
yeah,
really ask yourself, like, do you really? How badly do you? And is it really going to help you to find those answers through that source? So
right,
something that we talk about, like the
yeah.
give and
Sometimes
take of it.
but you can always turn it off when you don't, when you're getting sick of watching it, you know. You're just
Hmm.
like, dude.
Yeah,
And that's what, yeah. So I struggle with watching, like everyone talks about all these shows and I'm like, no, I haven't had a TV or a microwave in a while. Like I
yeah,
got rid of both of them.
yeah. Oh man, when we got rid of our microwave, that was probably like 10 years ago, and I know initially it was like kind of a hard transition because you did everything in the microwave, but now
Yeah.
I can't even think of a reason to use a micro. I don't ever even think about it.
Sometimes I'll just eat my food cold. Like I really don't need to heat it up. It's like
Hmm. Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
left, like that's
The only time I
it's
use a microwave, I suppose, is at work. But even then, I would. if I take food to work, I just leave it out and eat it room temperature and don't
Yeah.
ever need it really.
Nope. It's pretty adaptable.
Yeah,
People think you're weird too, don't they? They're like,
yeah. Don't own a
you don't heat up your
microwave.
food.
Yeah, how do you live? I know growing up we had two microwaves and
And the
one
big
on
one.
yeah, one on each side of the kitchen, like two in the same kitchen. Like I don't know why we need two microwaves, but we had it. Two refrigerators, like four deep freezers. Like there was so much, so much. Yeah, I like being a little more simplistic. Right now we have a lot of things around us because. Oh, I'll show you our energy room real quick.
Oh yeah, you got a triangle, a
Um,
pyramid. I mean,
we got let's see here. So we just moved into this place, and come on, turn. Oh,
oh, you got bowls.
we got
Nice.
crystal bowls and some bronze bowls and a gong and the little chimey things there, and
Wow.
we have our massage table over there, which is where I do energy work, and over there we have a Native American drum and another one, and like just tons of light and plants and crystals and just
It's colorful. I like it.
oh yeah, the rugs we ordered. So we have collected a lot more items than we normally do, but it's kind of it's kind of a splurge, but it's also functional because we really want to use this room as sort of a ministry room to help other people. So,
Yeah. It's an investment.
yeah, exactly.
And it makes you feel good to be in that room. Like,
Yeah, it does.
uh,
Yeah.
the creator wants us to have joy and be happy. He wants us to enjoy, and I mean, he doesn't want us to overindulge. And but as faith is like, I'm not attached to material things, and things get removed often, and I just
Mhm.
it gets easier. But then sometimes you think about that item, and you're like, I missed that.
Yeah.
Like, where did it go? Or oh man, I lost it. Or yeah, like sometimes like things get removed, and I'm just like, I I got robbed and I got all my jewelry stolen, and I was so like
Oh,
heartbroken. Like
no.
I just heard creator just told me where I'm taking you, you're not going to need any of that,
Yeah,
and it
you'll be
was
able
just like
to
a relief. Like I'm gonna get crystals, and I'm gonna be there. Yeah, I'll have crystals and copper now. I don't want gold and diamonds. That was crap. I don't want
yeah.
it.
Yep. I
So
I can't wait to be able to reach into a beam of light and create something out of it. You know? That'd be
yeah, that's.
amazing.
I mean, the energy and the air. Like I'm learning, like especially being out here, like manipulating the air, and it's it just takes some focus, but and the trees. I had a tree wave at me once, like literally. I was like, oh
Oh,
my
that's
gosh, like
cool.
what the heck? A tree is waving, like no one, nothing else is moving but a little pile of leaves. It was just,
Oh,
yeah.
man. Those
I'll
are
have to, I
cool
think I have the
experiences.
video you because people don't believe me, but you can see it.
Oh,
It's,
I believe you.
I
I
mean,
mean, have you tried cloud busting? That's, really accessible.
I haven't tried that yet. You don't need copper for that?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
let's see here. What have I tried? I think most of the time I don't think I've ever used any extra tools for it. Oh, you're talking about cloud buster, like, yeah. So when I'm saying cloud busting, it's just you look into the sky, and if you see kind of a cloud by itself, like a smaller cloud,
Mm-hmm.
then um, then what you do is sort of connect with it mentally and shoot a beam of light from you to the cloud, and you just thank it for disappearing. I thank you for disappearing. Thank you for disappearing. And then sometimes people will take their finger over the cloud, so your fingers in between you and the cloud, and just rub it out like you're erasing something off of paper, and it'll just. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but when you have a let's say you had like a bunch of clouds scattered around, and you pick one cloud, and that is the cloud that disappears and none of the other clouds disappear. is really validating that you're connected. It's really
I'm
interesting.
gonna try that.